And the ladies are making me feel like it's the responsibility of the woman to ensure that there is love, to ensure that the family loves her. It's her. She needs to earn it. She needs to work for it. Peradventure, she gets into a home that there is no love. Why are we putting so much burden on the woman? Why?
I don't know why you think that way, because there is another school of thought that says that the woman does not even bring anything to the table in the first place. You meet a guy and you expect the guy to have money, to have a car, to have this, to be able to take care of you. That what do you even bring to the table as the woman? You just want the man. And at the end of the day, you have children, and it is only your children that you're loving unconditionally. So there is that school of thought. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds.
But we should actually ask that question. Because we have a tweet here from somebody, Ifa Funsho, and she says, only men can love a woman with no money, no house, or no car. Only a man can love a woman and expect nothing in return. Women can't do that. A woman's love comes with conditions. You must have this and that. A man just wants peace. Only thing women love unconditionally is their kids. We need to ask ourselves, is it true? Is it only our kids that we love unconditionally?
It's true.
Wow.
But the condition doesn't have to be material again.
Yes.
That's where we miss the line.
That's for the man.
For the man, no, because, you know, that tweet I saw it yesterday where the person said, a man can love a woman that had nothing. Meaning material. Yeah. And then love her, marry her, and still, you know, be willing to do so much and go anywhere for her. But a woman, when she wants to love, we're asking, do you have a house, car? This, that, be taking the list. It's not all women who love like that. The condition for some, for me, is kindness, respect. Yep. You know?
It's also a condition.
It's a condition.
It may not be material.
But for my children, they don't have to love me. They don't have to even kind. But just for the right of being born.
Yes.
Coming to life through me.
That's it.
The love, eh? Wow. So that's the reality, so I can't disagree.
Yes.
Wow.
But let's not put materialism as what we're using.
And I also believe that that men also love with conditions. So we have a society, we have been brought up a certain way, and we know the expectations of a man for a woman. Usually it's the way you also look. A man, that's a condition for, yes, the way you look, the way you carry yourself. And even for the modern day man, even the kind of job that you have, if you even have a job. Some men will look at your education. How educated are you? Are you the sort of person that when he puts on his arm, you will elevate him or you will bring him down? So they have their conditions. Theirs may not be physical like a house or a car, but those are conditions as well. And a woman also has her conditions because in our society and our tradition, a woman is supposed to go into a place where she finds security. And in security for a woman is, do I have a roof over my head? Will we be able to feed? Will I be, you know, suffering, running up and down? So those are the conditions. And I think that adults will have conditions when it comes to relationships. It's just normal. And then you earn their love and earn their trust. But for a child, I mean, when that child comes out, you just love that child. Yeah. You see your child do the silliest. I mean, you've seen mothers of even criminals. How sad they look, how they are standing by their children. A man will do something flimsy like this. The woman is out on the street telling his business. Do you see what this man has done to me? But her child will do something so bad and she's right there, but it's just life.
All right, let's take this call. Onuwa from Ikeja. Onuwa, are you there? Hello?
Onuwa.
Hello, Onuwa, are you there?
The rain.
Maybe it's the rain.
I think we've lost that. Okay.
I wanted to talk about earlier on the earlier topic, sorry to take you back, where a man still has the conversation with his wife. And some men will say, okay, don't talk to my wife. Anything you need to ask her. Let me find a way to introduce this to her. And she doesn't see it as respect. She thinks it's coming through him to abuse her. Sometimes pity the man who is in a difficult
position.
Balance. He loves there, he loves there. He's trying to make all of you one family and having this conversation that is killing him with you. And all you can do is, well, Shebi, is that your mother's stuff? It will not happen. Not in this house, please.
Okay, let's quickly take Onuwa. I think Onuwa is back. Hello, Onuwa. Hello?
Hear you.
Onuwa, are you there?
Network.
It has to be network. Yes.
So a man who comes to you and says, okay, let's assume you have a car, you're driving, and he says, okay, are you working tomorrow? When will you be free? And you'll be like, why? Why? I said, okay, because my brother now, let's not even go mother. Mother is very deep. I said, my brother wants to borrow your car.
The car.
And he's saying it to you in the nicest of way. And all you can think of is that your brother, that one that cannot respect somebody. That one that whenever he looks... do you want him to tell the brother to come and ask you?
No, why can't
Did you witness conversations in our mother's time where brother-in-laws just come and says, hey, give me key, and they are going?
Hey, why can't it happen? Why?
But the respect for you is that your husband has taken away that power and decided to have a conversation.
So it depends on the relationship.
Thank you.
It depends on the relationship.
No. Your brother-in-law might be friends with you and it's okay. I'm talking of the difficult ones. Where your husband is the one, So sometimes we take these conversations and leave the men and just, just demand. Think of the emotions that and the stress and whatever mental whatever that has been into this thing coming to bear before the person can approach you and say, if you're not working so time, if you don't mind, if you're not going far, this convenience has to be for somebody else. And
okay, let's take this call. Tony from Port Harcourt. Mr. Tony.
Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yes,
let's have your views.
Sorry, I'm a first caller.
First time caller. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
And I really appreciate this program and the topic today.
Thank you.
It's obvious it has caused a lot of problems in some families, both good ones and bad ones. And my view on this issue is, if a man and a woman living in the same home as a family and have issues about the car, the first thing I think they should talk about is, does our mother deserve this? What is the condition of the mother? Is she sick? Can she move around? Maybe she's someone that with the mother, she's not feeling fine, and maybe she has arthritis, she cannot walk, she cannot go to church, and she cannot go to village meetings or women meetings. It's a matter of calling to my wife, okay, honey, with the mother's condition, we should be able to assist her. It will be an agreement between I and my wife that yes, mother needs this. It's a necessity for her right now because she cannot move. She cannot go to family meetings, she cannot go to church, and she needs a car to go to church. So if I have that agreement, I must have that agreement with my wife that we need to do that. And it depends on how you present it to your wife as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tony.
Can I just say something to what Tony has said? So it's important to have the conversation. For me, I feel that's it. But also, the reason why you can buy a car for your mother should not necessarily be about when she's indisposed. It can be because, you know what, I've told my mom that the moment I earn this amount of money, I'm going to take out this percentage and buy her a car. It has happened. And one thing I know that mistakes can happen where a man or a woman has that. So it's not even just men that do it for their mothers. We have wives who are also doing it for their mothers or their fathers. True. So the problem would come for where you have not communicated that dream with your partner. You've carried it in your head and probably even said it, in passing. And because you're excited about it, you expect that excitement, it's reciprocal, that your partner has it as well. And then maybe at the time you're doing it or the time you decide to do it is an inconvenient time. So it's important for me, once that communication is laid out, once the plan is laid out, and the person is your partner anyway, the person understands your dreams, understands the struggles that you're trying to, show appreciation for, it will just be easy. I feel it will be easy, unless if somebody is a difficult person. But, we're also talking about where... Okay,
let's take this call. We have Julius from Spain. Hello, Julius. Hello, Mr. Julius. Wow. I guess it's network.
Okay, so I have a story, and this is not even the mother, it's the brother. So the younger brother gave his own car when he bought his car to the older brother to use for some time because he needed it the most. And so the younger brother got married eventually, and the wife was pregnant. They needed a car. They didn't have a car at that point, or their car was faulty or something, so they needed a car. And the older brother now has 2 cars or something of that sort. And so the younger brother reached out to the older brother, like, we need to go to the hospital and all that. Please, we will need your help. We just need to use this car for the time. And according to the younger brother, according to the younger brother, when he spoke to the older brother, he had agreed. It was like, oh, wow, fantastic. But maybe he went inside and came out.
The wife had told him something else.
He had gone to discuss.
Remind him of his...
he went to discuss it. Remember, they have 2 cars.
Wow.
So he just changed.
Wow.
And so somehow the younger brother got annoyed and just didn't make a face. It wasn't anything serious, but he left. But afterwards, the older brother thought about it and somehow maybe just thought about all the things that, and then he reached out to the younger brother like, okay, so because they don't live in the same states, so you know what, I'll ask somebody to drive it, because that one said, I can't come to Lagos again and all that. I just ask somebody to... He didn't want it again because he was thinking of somebody I sacrificed.
Yes, but we'll respond to that after this call. Michael from Kaduna. Good morning, Michael.
Yes. Good morning. Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. You're live.
I'm first caller.
Welcome to the show.
We have so many first time.
Yeah, I just want to say this, that it all depends on the man. The man himself supposed to be able to, the man himself supposed to be able to balance the relationship.
Yes.
A place of a wife is quite different from a place of a mother. That's one. And if a man is able to differentiate that, then you know how to relate with the 2 of them. And the second thing is that if a man is not ready to be a man, because the Bible said, a man, so for this reason, a man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. I think the uncle rightly mentioned that from the start. So, if a man, the Bible didn't say a boy should leave his father and his mother. So for somebody to become a man, it means you must see your wife and your children as your first priority and responsibility. The only way a man can love his wife, his children, is by loving the wife. If you look at it, the whole scenario now, nobody mentioned the father or the husband to the mother. Whether he's alive or he's dead, nobody. And this same man is treading the same route that the father has tread, in the sense that the children will grow up and the mother will tell the children that your father is useless. You never take care of me. I had your pregnant. Instead of him to give me car, he went and gave me his mother.
Michael, thank you so much. You just opened another can of worms. That's right. But should we go there or should I come to you?
No, you can come to this one then.
Yes, okay. So, you were saying something about
your brother.
Yeah, so how did it resolve?
So that is, there was a bad blood. So maybe somebody would just be mature about it and not say anything at the end of the day. But the thing is, when I needed you, and you had to come there, and then your wife, you went inside because you already agreed. It was when you went in.
Well, how do you know
it's a sense of history. No, let's
excuse me.
It's because he had to go and consult now. Who was he consulting?
His wife. So his partner. Lima, his wife.
When he goes in and comes out and is seeming hesitant, I think we should put this in perspective.
Lima, so, okay, hold on. What I think is he really does not even want to give it to his brother.
No, I don't think so.
Really? But if he goes in, even if he wants to give it, does he just say to his wife, I want to give it to my brother? He would still talk to her.
And then the wife would say no.
That's what I've been
saying.
The
wife may not even say no.
The women come with the sense of history. This person has a life that you were not part of. Half of his life, or even more. With some people, if he has good memories of them, you should cherish that memory. If he has bad memory, maybe they were all bad to him. That's
especially when that person sacrificed, left his own car.
Don't let the sacrifice of a person not count because you are now in a husband's life.
May I just feel that
family members or not, even friends,
give people grace to even process their thoughts.
And then wait for the pattern.
Good. So you've come to ask for something. Imagine they have been using these 2 cars for a while. they have
built their life.
built like their routine around the two cars. Yes, okay, let's just assume he
Don't dash me.
Yeah, I understand. Let's just assume he met the wife and he says, see car. What my brother is asking for. And she may say, well, you know, we use this car for this and use this car. I'm like, that's true. That will mean we may not be able to do this at this time. And he says, it's inconvenient. And then he says it to his brother and realizes that this hurts his brother more. Then he might come back and have that same conversation with the wife. Say, I think we can make the sacrifice of managing one car. Allow people make
time to process.
Yes, it's not easy. People are not just waiting to make altruistic decisions like that. It's okay for people to change their mind.
Very important, but it's also very important that when you come into a family, try to learn some history. I was lucky. It was my mom who told me my husband's history. When I married, she said, your mother-in-law did so much. I knew her when we were growing up. She did so much for her children. Never you in your life try to usurp or stop anything from getting to her. And if you have to add to it, please do it. I had that blessing from the day of my marriage. And it might not be the same for everybody, but please ask a few questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about one person stepping down. We see these videos of couples going to parade to their elder brothers, you know, for sacrificing their own education for them. Don't come in and say, it was a stupid decision at the time. Who are you?
To make that judgment.
To make that judgment because you're not a wife. You're saying to the brother, and you want to now start worshipping that your brother. It's his choice now. You will make some choices in the future, and he will change because people change. Maybe your husband now changes and he thinks another woman deserves his love. Oh, yeah, now.
What will you do? Will you kill yourself? Let's take a call. LANRE from Aja. LANRE, are you there? Hello, Mr. LANRE.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. You can speak.
Wow.
Good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
So very much. By the way, I love your program. I've been listening to your programs for some time now.
Thank you.
Now, my comment is on the previous discussion. So permit me because I've been trying for some time. Okay. And I just want to make a couple of comments. Number one, any relationship, especially when it deals with wives and the mother-in-law, and it's premised upon comparison,
competition,
it's a wrong move, personally, because we shouldn't be comparing. You know, like Nima said initially, which I agree with 100%, was not brought up well. If you take on the streets, see that man to marry, a very good child.
Breaking up.
Thank you for calling in. But before we continue this, I wanted to, there was something you pointed out that some persons have said that some women come into the marriage.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do anything. They don't bring any value, you know, and then they are judged on that. And it depends on what you call value. Okay, they may have intrinsic value because it's not easy to give a man peace to go out there and make the money. So what if I come into the home and I say, it's my husband that should buy me the car? Someone like me now, I like to make money, but my money is not sweet. When I collect, that is when it's sweeter. That is when I enjoy the money. What if there are women, don't women have a right to say, this is how, yes, I just want to be like that. Pampered. I just want to be taken care of. Do we judge those women based on that and feel that they don't have value? It's not easy to take care of children and give him peace when he comes home. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's value. I may not be bringing in the physical cash, but I'm giving you peace to enable you bring in the physical cash. So should you crucify me for that?
No. Yeah, what I hear is that you're saying that we're comparing what the mother has done so far to what the wife is doing so far. Yes, and that one is not more important than the other. Wow. Everybody brings value to the man. The man has a mother who has helped him. This man. And now that he's an adult man, chasing his dreams, there's a woman by his side, making sure that he's able to go into the world and do it with peace of mind. And that's the truth. And, you know, our last caller says, if anything is premised on comparison and competition, there will be war. And that's what this is about. Let them understand that I love you both and I appreciate what you bring to the table. And there's nothing wrong for a woman that wants to be pampered. Some men seek out women that like to be pampered and want to share how. There's some women that are uncomfortable with it.
That is a love language.
Yes,
it's okay.
But the truth is, when a man is going to make that decision, the question is not about him showing you appreciation or not. It's saying that at this time, this is what I can do. Does not mean I don't love you, or I love you less, or I don't value you, or I don't appreciate you. I'm just saying that right now, this is what I can do. And if you already feel love and appreciation from that man anyways, it should not bother you. It should not be a sense of rancor between you if he decides to put some resources towards his mother.
All right, let's take LANRE from Ondo State. LANRE, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. You're live.
Okay. Here I am. Good morning.
You're listening to the TV.
Yeah. I love your program this morning. It's a good topic.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Concerning what the discussion is all about, I can assure you that this program is a welcome program that every home can learn from, which can probably reduce how. Because husband and wife have different ideas, different opinions sometimes. But to buy a car for a mother-in-law should be a welcome idea. Most especially if the family has already owned a car. You know, in all cases, grandma or grandpa, they must have been aged. So they're supposed to reap the dividend of their sweat upon their children, probably the husband or the wife, because they have little years to spend, which I believe. So if they enjoy the sweat of their children, there's nothing bad.
Thank you so much, Mr. LANRE. Let me come to you, because there was something the last caller mentioned, I think Mr. Michael from Kaduna, and he was saying that after all the sacrifices the man makes, in old age, we tend to forget him. And everybody just carries the women. And I've heard that in different quarters, that men make all the sacrifices, but because the children see the women more, they see the mother, they are the ones they see, you take them to school, you bathe them, and all. They don't see their parents, their fathers so hands-on in raising them. They always assume that the woman has made more of the sacrifice, and it affects them in old age. Now, how do we begin to make our children understand? So, in my place, it's the woman that goes for the omugo, even if it's outside the country. And when she's coming back, she's giving wrappers, she's giving money, she's giving...
Is who can your father bath the baby?
My father bathed me.
Yeah, no, can he bath a newborn baby? That's it's practicality, so it's who is hands-on. And I think it's also about health. I always say now that I'm sure if I have a baby now, I won't enjoy it because my mom was there and she was working. So it's not about, unlike your culture where it's about the gifts, it's not that way in our own culture.
What do you mean?
It's serious work. It's serious work. In fact, when she's 40, she'll be telling you, you don't learn them, you don't learn. But they're there to teach you, help you, win you into mothering. So it's a lot of work down here. But for the case of mother, we're just using mother to symbolize parental love.
Yes.
And I think that's the message here. Okay. So I have a case. We have a friend of the ladies of your view. She was with the VIO. And we had a live session once where we were celebrating our fans and she brought her dad. He'd been widowed for over 10 years.
Wow.
He refused to remarry so that he would be able to focus on them. So it's important that the symbol of that sacrifice, as I said, it doesn't matter whether it's mother, or sibling self, or father. Whoever it is that was instrumental to the man you turned out to, the product that you could marry,
must be honored.
That you are proud of. Who wants to marry a husband you cannot be proud of? Because somebody made sure he turned out. Yes. Somebody made some sacrifices so he had the form of learning, the form of training, or even it could be a friend. Who stood by him and said, okay, your parents are late, but I have a family house you can share with me. I can, and then you come in and suddenly, because maybe the person's wife and you used to look yourself somehow, you will not go and learn sense and give yourself sense that, but if you look me somehow, I will look you with love.
Nima, let me
because it's important that you don't make him an ingrate.
We have a caller from Anambra State. Good morning. Hello, are you there?
Yeah,
Mr. Ken, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ken.
You can.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead, you're live, sir.
Wow.
We lost the call. So,
because I was going to even deviate,
a bit.
in a funny way, because when I used to have a radio show, there was this man that got in touch with me. I was like, every time my wife is old, and then my wife will be going abroad to go and be taken care of. And I'm here. She's not loving me. Do you get? So he didn't even care about it. They didn't take me. But the thing is, I need my wife. And when she now comes back to Nigeria, she'll not be going to church every now and then. She'll be going to vigil. She'll not stay here. She'll not even take care of me. So, I mean, it just brought that to mind when you were talking about the father or the mother. So some parents, some fathers, they don't even want to go anywhere. They just want their wife. Like, please, do not go anywhere. Just stay there with me.
Children, stop stealing our father's wives.
My father-in-law. He will not release his wife to go to any place for Mugo. You will come there to your house and be nursed.
That's practical.
Yes, too. After a few months, when you are ready to go, you go back to your husband. He does not release his wife.
I think that's practical.
But but that's if you're comfortable enough to be able to host the extra people who will be staying with you for a bit. But what do you think we can begin to do with our children? So, for instance, when my husband gives me money to do things for the kids, I always, when they say, thank you, mommy, I always push them to say thank you to their daddy.
That's right.
I always push it back to him. So the thank you must be complete. So you don't grow up with the mindset because I am more available with you that I'm the only one who is doing all the sacrifice. They need to learn it. But what other things do you think we can begin to do so that we don't leave these men behind? Like, I really feel sorry for them.
Especially when you know your husband wants to do it for your children. I love to buy my children's toys and books. I love to buy them books. So my husband will be struggling when I'm at the place. This one was the bicycle for Imran, and I was trying to pay, and he called me and said, okay, I just spotted a red bicycle. He likes blazing speed. This one has spoilers. Everything. I was like, let me pay this time. So we're arguing back and forth, and I wanted to pay from his account, but I couldn't get. I think the bank had issues, so I paid from my account. I did not feel the need to send the money back. So when I got home, and I did a video call with him, and he saw my son taking the gift. I kept emphasizing, Daddy got it for you. So that we're not arguing. Because I think he doesn't like that, me pushing him out. But I think it's not really an issue. So you make an effort and compromise as time goes for whatever is important.
I'll take this call before I come to Honeypot. Okay. Raymond from Egbeda. Hello, Raymond.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Raymond from Egbeda.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to contribute on the first topic you raised.
Okay.
Okay. To me, I think timing is everything. Let me give a scenario. What say you want to buy a house, or you want to gift your mother a house without telling your wife, and in the process, you end up destroying your home because you have done it at the wrong time. I think it has to do with timing. You have to know that, if I give my mother this, my wife will not be happy. At the end of the day, my mother may end up not even living in that house because she's not happy. You understand? Because people are not happy with the fact that, you understand, she's been given a gift. You understand? So I have to always put time into consideration. You understand? So that, you understand, everybody will be pleased with it. So it's not about giving my mother a car or giving my brother a car or anybody a car. I just have to know that the time is right.
Yeah, thank you so much, Raymond.
Communication is key too.
Timing is everything. Thank you so much. So, Honeypot,
I was going to say because, wow, I don't know where I just always come from. Because there is this issue. Somebody was talking to me about a man who said that he doesn't know, maybe in his life one time, maybe he had treated somebody badly and all that, perhaps. He was talking about doing everything, that he just woke up one day and felt the need to go and buy himself a very expensive wristwatch and perfume. And he did it because all his life, he's taking care of his wife, taking care of the children. The children go to the best schools and all that. And this is what happens. The reason he was telling me, he said that he noticed because there was a day like maybe the wife went for a choir practice or something. And so he just came to the living room and found the wife's, maybe the second phone or something, and said, oh, the children were down. Like, your mother forgot her phone. And he didn't know that another child on his laptop or, you know, whatever, had sent message to the mother that daddy is here checking your phone or reading your phone. So according to him, he said it did not happen once, twice, and all that. That he feels that thing of, I take care of them. I do everything. But on purpose, she tries to paint me in a bad way to the children. And he was asking me, he said, do you think these children will take care of me after sacrificing so much for them? So people have different realities. So look at that.
True. Honeypot, we'll take a call now. Solomon from Lawansin. Good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning. Hello.
We can hear you. You're live.
Yeah. I want to speak on because of the issue of a brother-in-law and your wife. You see, when you have to give your gifts or anything to your brother when it comes for help, what you do is that you, like now, I have to give that car out. Me and my brother have discussed. There's no reason for me to go to the room and come out with a spoiling face. First of all, I'm giving the car, my own car, first, before I will discuss with my wife. I'm giving my car out to my brother.
Wow.
So that she will not feel bad. I cannot now discuss with my brother, I'm giving you my car. Then I go inside and say, babe, I'm giving your car out. The end of the day, the man will not come out with a good face. And that brother will leave. That is what happened there. So what do? You give your own out first before you discuss. Not that your wife is not a good type. Why should you give your wife's car without it's not on the round table with two of you when you are discussing and you go?
Thank you so much for that.
I think in this case, in my opinion, this is the car that is already being used by the family. So if the brother was getting his brother a car, I'm sure there won't have been any need for. Anyway, so we're talking about how to make sure that the fathers are included.
Carried along.
Yeah, so in my family, I have looked at it, my own immediate family, and I don't see, my children are very aware. My children are very aware that his daddy and mommy
together.
Yes. So there's no conversation of, and there are times when I would say to them, daddy did this, and my father, my husband would be like, don't do that. We did it. That's all they need to know. They don't need to know who did what specifically. Your daddy and mommy are together. A team, and it has been done for you, and that's it. And I think it's important. That story you said is also the sort of conversations mothers will have with their children. Let's be very careful. Sometimes we may have issues with each other, that's the spouses, and then find a way to use these children as pawns to win arguments, win a fight, you know, win some sort of love. And, you know, this story is quite common. You find people when they grow up, they have so much anger against their fathers. And then when they now become adults and they sit down and see, then it's like their eyes are open
if they would ever see
if it ever happens. So we need to be careful if we do not want our children to alienate fathers.
Yeah, Miriam, that
because
even
it
reminds me.
Comes back to us.
So, you know, sometimes mothers who are in marriages that they are treated badly, there's this saying in my place that we will wait for you at Amen Junction. When the father's prayer is too long, everybody will just go and wait at Amen Junction. So they wait for this man when the children are grown, when they can now make their own decisions and decide whether they want to stay or not, and then begin to use the children against the man. So I think we all just need to be deliberate on even how the men treat their wives, because the children are observing.
Let's not miss this one. What Miriam said is very clear on what Onipot is saying. It's the poisoning of the mind. It's the gradual ideology setting for the child. I think is very wrong for any mother. So you can have an issue. Now you choose the man you marry, but don't choose his children for him. Don't let them choose their father because of your fight. Do you understand? So you're feeding them of, your daddy, he did not buy this.
Yes, he didn't do this.
Please, you see that wholeness of that child will benefit you in the future. Imagine that the child now grows up and the father was a fantastic man, but you had your issues. 2 grown adults, and the child had already taken a side in a battle that was totally,
not for them.
In fact, the issues can never be obvious to, everything can be clear to that child. Please.
We have a caller from Benue State. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm Grace, calling from Benue State.
Welcome, Grace.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My contribution, my view on this is, the problem is we all are selfish as human beings. That's the problem. If not, as a young lady, I'm getting married into a family. The way I want the man to treat my family is the way I should treat his family. So yes, when some people, when they give them that opportunity, when your husband discusses something to you, you should open up your heart. The way you want your family to be treated is how you should also treat his family. And like I will always tell young girls, whatever you sow, you reap. You've forgotten that you're also a woman. Some women, they say, I don't want to marry a man whose mother is alive. That prayer, someone will make it for you, because you give birth to a son. So if we can take out selfishness, as a wife, if I marry into a family, I can create a relationship with my mother-in-law, a beautiful one, that my relationship with my mother will not be lost, but that relationship with my mother-in-law can be an advantage for me.
True.
You understand? So if we can come from a place of love and open-heartedness, issues will not even arise in the first place.
Thank you so much, Grace, for that.
So much tips. Go ahead. Nazir Raji says, just buy a house and car for your wife's mother. No problem. But the moment you try to buy it for your own mother, the roof will fall as to the wife's reaction. Very rational people. Wow. That's the truth. Afola Shade Sosolu Olajide says, fathers should get involved in physically taking care of their kids. When a father is home, he should be involved in their homework, take them to school when he can, and make sure he's in their life. I think I agree. Bilikis Morenike is answering Andrew, says, the level of materialism is appalling. It's unfortunately so with our society. That matter where you mentioned, no be yoko, but I think it's a human thing.
No be joke, yeah.
No be joke.
Okay, you have a few.
Yes, I do. On Facebook, John Noah here says, ladies nowadays should be careful with the kind of advice they get from people. People's minds have been polluted badly, thereby seeing abnormalities as the new normal. Husband and wife should sit and plan the way to live their life rather than listening to the so-called new normal. Audrey was you here says, I think a reasonable man will buy a car for either his mom or wife based on who needs it the most at that point in time.
Thank you so much, honey, but thank you so much, ladies. I hope we have learned something. Love conquers all. And those conversations must be had. You must work as a team with your family. That's all we can take for today. Join us tomorrow. Have a lovely day.